There were many types of businesses in Sherwood, content Trelawny, in the 1960s, including your mother's business. Tell me a little bit about your mother's business.
My mother sold several items. She had what was known as a shop. She kept a shop. And at that shop she sold products such as flour, sugar, rice, bread, wholesale bread at that. She had a supplier who supplied her the bread on a consignment basis, whereby she would sell the bread and once every 2 weeks and sometimes once every month this person would come and collect their share of the sales, and my mom would get a commission from that sale. And so she had a good deal in that business going with the bread. The people gravitated to the shop for the savings on the wholesale bread, and she was the only wholesale bread place in the community at the time. So she did good with that business. And she also sold things like snowball, snow cones, and drops, and another thing that we make at home, which is a homemade novelty called dosi. Drops and dosi and dumpling and fritters and festival and all that stuff. And we sold also at that time they call it aerated water, which is soft drinks. But many people didn't call it soft drinks, they call it aerated water. So she sold that, and that was a good money maker too.
What did you do in the business?
I used to help shelve the stuff, put them in the shelves. I used to help sell to the customers. I used to be customer relations, and yeah, basically customer service.
Well?
And I kept the books. And, when people credit, I would be the one to write down the names and the amounts they credit and when, and kept the books that way. And when they would come on the weekend to pay, because most of these people would be working in industries where they get paid on Fridays. And so every Friday they would come to the shop and they would pay for their credit, the credit they had during the week. And so I was in charge of that credit section of it.
There was also a tailor in the community.
Oh, there was one tailor who he was a real good tailor. He was his tailor shop was situated directly across from my mom's shop, and I could see everything in that tailor shop that happened. So we see all the people who came in, and they were all young men, middle-aged men, people who liked to dress well, because this tailor was one guy who made people who couldn't look good, he made them look good in their clothes, because he was that good of a tailor. And so he was there. Sometimes at night he would be there way up into the late hours of the night, 10, 11, 12 o'clock, and he'd be there sewing away and always singing a song or humming a song while he's working. Very pleasant man.
What about the shoemaker?
Yeah, shoemaker, he was right beside, actually was attached to the same structure building that my mom's shop was on. He was part of that structure, and so he would be there, and sometimes he wouldn't be there at all because he used to travel to the United States on the seasonal farm work. So whenever he's off on seasonal farm work, he wouldn't be at the shop. If the shop would be closed, the shoemaker's shop would be closed. But you could always hear him pounding away at the shoes with his hammer all the time. And he makes shoes, he repairs shoes, and he sold them brand new, or he repaired them for people who want to have their shoes repaired. And this was a very kind man. He would be very kind to children. They'd come in from school, they'd be going up to him, and they would make jokes. He would make all kinds of jokes, and he kept the children laughing, yeah, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about a bar in the neighborhood?
The neighborhood bar? Yeah, there was another bar right in the in Content. This was where they had the dance hall in Content, and there was a bar there, and there was a dance hall there, and music would be playing on the weekends, especially from early Friday evening, and they'd have a dance Friday night, and Saturday evening early, Saturday night late to in the morning, early Sunday morning, and that's when all the young people would come out in their weekend best to show their dancing skills, and they meet their partners, girlfriend, boyfriends, and they have a good party time. So that was
Was the bar open all week or just on the weekend?
oh, the bar would be open all week, but the dance hall wouldn't be open all week. Just the bar would be there, and there was also a shop there where the bar owner would be selling similar stuff to what my mom sold in her shop. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
What about the cricket club?
Cricket club was situated in the square in Sherwood Content, and this place was where all the cricketers, when they have a match, they would have a match from time to time, and people from outside would come in, and they would, once the match was over, they would have a dance at the cricket club, and they would fraternize with the local people, and they would get to know one another, so, you know, partying and all that would go on until late in the morning. When the party was over, then the visitors would depart at that point.